Would you be comfortable having dinner with complete strangers? Hey, it's Emily, and this is Unlocked, your daily key to opening your heart to God. We like to be comfortable, don't we? Which might look like us having community with friends we know really well, hanging out in places we also know really well, and just living in and around things that we're comfortable with. Today's story touches on that longing for comfortability a bit, maybe even challenges it. It's called Dining with Strangers, and it was written by Lopez. The mall food courts in Guatemala City are very different from those I've visited in the US. When I came back from 4 years away from my country, one of the first outings we had was to the mall. Mall runs and window shopping are common practices among most city folk in Guatemala. We especially like doing this on Sunday afternoons. Food courts get packed, to the point that families usually have to split up to find a spot to eat. It's crazy, and I bet many of you reading this are already cringing at the thought. The layout of these food courts is pretty interesting. Tables are all touching each other, basically creating 20 people tables. There is no room to separate them, so whether you like it or not, you usually eat lunch with strangers. And that brings us to today's Bible passage. Shortly after Jesus' resurrection, Jesus appeared in disguise to 2 of his disciples, walking along the road to Emmaus with them. Even though Jesus was a stranger to these disciples, they still invited him over for dinner at their place. Jesus accepted and ate with them, and he broke the bread. When that happened, the disciples recognized him, and then he vanished. Is it too bold to say that maybe by having lunch with strangers, even at such a common place as a food court, we might be dining with Jesus, welcoming him to have lunch with us? Is it even crazier to think that when others are hosts to us, we might recognize Jesus in them? Hospitality is an opportunity to show and remember Jesus' love and presence. It's a chance to recognize and proclaim that Jesus stepped in to dwell with us, even when we were estranged from him. Hebrews 13:2 says, "Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by so doing, some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it." So let's talk. While always remembering to be safe, as Christians, how can we welcome the stranger among us into our lives? How can you reach out to the outcast in your school? Who's someone you can talk to, a counselor, pastor, or youth leader, about what hospitality looks like? I love it. I love talking about how we can better love other people, and I encourage you to check out Luke 24:13-15 to help keep God's Word alive in your life. Thanks for listening to Unlocked today. Do you have a younger sibling that are maybe a little too young to enjoy reading the Unlocked Devo? We have a devotion just for kids. Check out keysforkids.org to subscribe to our Keys for Kids devotional. And that's it for me. Until next time, I'm Emily, encouraging you to live your life unlocked, opening the door to God in your life.